Can cheesecake be cooked without a springform pan? I don't have a springform pan, but I watched a show where they seemed to cook their cheesecakes in regular pans. Is this possible, or did I just not notice that they were in fact springform pans? I like cheesecake but don't really have the space to add another specialty pan to the kitchen, so any alternatives would be worth considering. This is referring to a traditional baked cheesecake.
Alton Brown says never to cook a cheesecake in a springform pan. He uses a regular pan and lines it with parchment paper so that the cheesecake won't stick to the bottom. I always make mine in a 9 by 3 inches Fat Daddios. See link 1. Anodized cake pan. You can buy pre-cut parchment rounds for the bottom, and you can cut a 30 by 3 inches strip of parchment to line the sides of the pan. I line the whole thing, makes it come out easier, and way cleaner, looks picture perfect when it's done. I use Crisco to glue the 30 by 3 strip to itself, not the pan, so I don't have to hold it in place when pouring the batter. The key is after it's set for a long time in the fridge, at least 8 to 9 hours, to cover the top with parchment too, that way when you flip it it doesn't mess up the top at all. Then just use something to pop it out onto. I use a cardboard cake round, and pop the sides and bottom of the pan with my hand or a butter knife handle. It takes a little practice. You may want to run the knife around the pan on the outside of the parchment lining too, that helps. Take the parchment off the cake and flip it back over onto whatever you want to serve it on. I used to do springform, but once I got the hang of this, I'll never go back. It produces a much better end result. And you can make it taller too because a regular cake pan is slightly deeper than most springforms of the same diameter.